Good evening and welcome to Dunning Stadium here in New Canaan for this big FCIAC final matchup between the #1 St. Joe's Cadets and the #2 Staples Wreckers. We'd like to welcome you inside the broadcast booth. I'm Ryan Bell, joined by PJ Neville and John Frieders. And guys, biggest game of the year. It's going to be a good one.
Yeah, you talk about it. It is going to be a good one. The last time these teams met was earlier in the season where they tied 1-1, which is actually St. Joe's only tie, or they haven't even lost a game yet. They're 15-0-1, so that was their only game where it was where they tied 1-1. And then the last time they met before that, the previous meeting was in the FCIAC championship last year, where St. Joe's came out on top. So it's definitely a revenge game for Staples from last year and their earlier meeting this year, and it's going to be great.
Absolutely. PJ, I know you've been looking at St. Joe's a lot recently. They've had a pretty easy playoff run. What have you noticed from the Cadets this postseason?
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously they've had a stellar regular season. They only gave up 6 goals and scored 99 throughout this entire season, including the postseason run. They have a total of 9 goals in this postseason and haven't conceded 1. So obviously their defense and their goalkeeping has been doing an outstanding job throughout this postseason, which is where it matters most.
John, you called the Staples game 2 days ago. What are some key players that we should be watching for the Wreckers tonight?
Well, obviously, it was a tough game against Darien. Darien came in off a 2-0 win against Greenwich and came in ready to play. They faced Staples. Staples very good and got on the board early. And then the game stayed tied, or they were up 1-0 for a little bit of that game, most of the game actually. But it'll be interesting to see what happens today. But for key players, I'd definitely say Sophie Hensky is a big goal. is a big part of this team's success, especially against such a aggressive and lethal offense of St. Joe's, as well as Evelyn Chudowski, who had both goals against Darien.
PJ, when we look at St. Joe's, I know that they have a lot of key players, but if you could focus it down to one or two, who should we be looking at tonight?
Well, I mean, when you've got the 11th ranked team in the nation, you're going to have a team full of great players. But if I were to narrow it down to one or two, I'd say Alexa Pino and Taylor Jenkins, the two Division I recruits on the team. Jenkins is a senior headed to UConn next year, and Pino, only a junior, headed to South Carolina. The Gamecocks, they're ready to play games, but, they're both overall very good programs. And, I mean, Pino, obviously, last year she had a stellar season. She was one of the best players in the state, arguably the best as a sophomore. She had, the Gatorade Play of the Year for girls soccer with that very fancy, she just weaved through, I don't even know how many defenders.
A lot of defenders.
And scored a goal against Fairfield Ward. And, that was only as a sophomore, might I tell you. So, just outstanding job out of her.
Mm-hmm. John, as you mentioned earlier, these teams played out to a 1-1 tie earlier in the season. What do Staples need to do in order to win tonight?
Well, definitely, obviously you mentioned I called their most recent game, and Staples definitely was very close with Darien, which is probably not what they wanted to see coming into this big matchup against St. Joe's. But I think overall it's just going to be a team effort. It's all about a team effort. Obviously, in soccer, one player can't lead you to success. I mean, obviously, Pino makes it look easy for St. Joe's, but for Staples, they definitely need to play strong defense. They need communication. They need that strong leadership, and they need to know where the ball is and where they're supposed to be, and they need to execute. And then when they get offensive opportunities, they need to execute as well. They need to be able to cross the ball into the middle of the field. They need to be able to score, put a goal in the back of the net early.
Mm-hmm. PJ, St. Joe's have been almost perfect this whole season, but in order to not lose, what do they need to do tonight?
I mean, you look at the field today. It's a brisk early November day, your typical November weather. And, I mean, they've just got to play their strengths. You saw last game they had that one corner kick from Pino to Jenkins right inside the box to put them on the board early. They've just got to keep going back to that, keep going back to what works. You can't start changing it up now. Obviously, late in the season, you haven't lost a single game, so you've just got to play to your strengths, like I said.
Absolutely. As we're just a few minutes away from the lineups and the national anthem, we're going to get our predictions out of the way first. John, what is your prediction for the match tonight?
I'm taking a close game tonight. I'm going to take St. Joe's up and taking this game 2-1, but I think that there is a possibility we could see overtime like we did see in the boys' championship last night.
PJ, as for your prediction, who do you got and why?
I think I've got to go St. Joe's, obviously. They've had the upper hand all season against every single team that they've played. They nationally are the better team, and, I mean, Staples will definitely put up a fight. I wouldn't be surprised if this goes to overtime, maybe even penalties, but I think St. Joe's, when it matters most, they haven't really been tested this season, so they haven't really shown us what they can do in a late-game scenario when it's close, but I think they'll be able to get it done.
Yeah, as for myself, I think I'm going to go with St. Joe's 3-1, maybe even 4-1. I just think the firepower on that offense from the Cadets is something that it's going to be tough for really almost any team to stop. Staples, they've done it once before this season with that tie, holding St. Joe's to only one goal, but tonight, I think it's just going to be a little bit different. As we're just about a minute and 20 seconds away from the lineups, it's a beautiful day here at Dunning Stadium in New Canaan. Great weather for some soccer. Guys, any last points before the match starts?
I think it'll be a very close game. I'd say it's going to be exciting. Obviously, both semi-final games were exciting. Obviously, St. Joe's came out on top by a considerable margin. But this game is going to be a battle between the two heavyweights, obviously the 1 and 2 teams in the FCIAC. So you know you're in for a good ride when you have 1 and 2 teams facing off against each other.
PJ, any final points for you for this game?
I mean, really, in a championship game like this, it's really about who plays with the most intensity and the most passion, who cares the most. And really, I think it's going to come down to that. Whoever, it's not about necessarily how you play on the field, but how you feel on the field. I once heard a coach tell me it's not about the team who has the best players, it's about the team who has the most spirit. That's the team that's going to win the game. I think that's going to be the story here today.
Absolutely. They say it's not about the dog and the fight. It's about the fight and the dog. I think both of these teams out there are probably the best teams in Connecticut. You can make an argument for it. Definitely St. Joe's. So it's going to be a great matchup. As our lineups are about to be announced in 15 seconds, So yeah, lineups will be announced, and then we'll have the national anthem, and we will come right back to you after the lineups and the anthem.
Girls Soccer Championship game between the Staples Wreckers and the St. Joe's Cadets. Now let's meet today's starting lineups. First for Staples High School. Number 2, Lee Foreign. Number 6, Cortland Crombie. Number 8, Gabriella DeBrito. Number 9, Evelyn Chudowski. Number 10, Natalie Chudowski. Number 11, Annabelle Edwards. Number 18, Catherine Fitzgerald. Number 20, Talia Moskowitz. Number 22, Neva Mermagan. Number 24, Daisy Chung. And in goal this afternoon for Staples, number 1, Samantha Bensky. And now let's meet the starting lineup for the St. Joe's Cadets. Number 2, Maeve Matthews. Number 5, Taryn Zick. Number 7, Sarah Parker. Number 8, Julia Nunez. Number 12, Catherine Stook. Number 15, Taylor Jenkins. Number 18, Jenna Staron. Number 19, Kaylee Silva. Number 23, Alexa Pino. Number 24, Olivia Franson. And in goal today for St. Joe's is number 1, Helena Kazmarzik. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise and can both teams please face the flag for the playing of the Star-Spangled Banner. Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention please for a very important announcement. Your attention please. We view the athletic field as an extension of the classroom where we learn the principles of sportsmanship, fair play, and respect for others. Tonight we ask for your enthusiastic support for these important principles as you root for your respective teams. We also ask that you support the student athletes from both participating schools by honoring our request to treat all the players, all the coaches, and all the officials with courtesy and respect. Thank you and enjoy tonight's FCIAC Girls Championship game.
Welcome back to Dunning Field. We just had the end of the national anthem and the Linus. PJ, I know that you said earlier St. Joe's have scored 99 goals this season. They've only conceded 6. I mean, that is, first of all, it's just unbelievable. What would you say is most important for St. Joe's tonight in order to score a ton?
I mean, honestly, you just got to get it up to your playmakers, and you've got to score on set pieces. You saw in the boys' championship game last night, I think maybe 4 out of the 5 goals or 3 out of the 5 were scored off of set pieces. So in these big games, you know, against high-caliber opponents, you've got to be able to take those opportunities. You know, it's kind of like getting like an open shot in basketball. Obviously, it's a lot more difficult, but, you know, if you convert on it, it's huge for your team.
Yeah. John, for Staples tonight, what's going to be most important for them to score?
I think getting the ball up the field, you can't have it in your own zone, especially against really lethal offenses. You know, St. Joe's can really do just about anything with Pino and Jenkins. They use that 1-2 combo to, you know, on free kicks, on corners, get the ball inside the box, and that's where they do the most damage. Obviously, Pino is bound to get her opportunities. You just need to limit her. You need to make sure you're aware of where she is, as well as you just need to keep getting the ball, and you need to attack. You can't sit back and wait in this game. You need to go and get a goal.
Yeah, I think another key important player for St. Joe's is going to be Julia Nunez. She's lined up on the right wing right now, but last game she was in almost every possession that was towards the Ridgefield defense. Expect a lot from her tonight. As we are underway at Dunning, St. Joe's starting with the ball. We'll see if they're going to try and go more possession-based these first 10 minutes or if we're going to see more of an attack. It's up the right wing. Staples already starting early. Ball's played up into Chudowski. Tries to swing that over. Great interception there by the St. Joe's defense.
And you're just seeing Staples really trying to play up front, trying to get the ball up front, not letting them get by them.
Absolutely. I think the thing about soccer is these first 10 minutes, maybe even 15 to 20, you just want to start to get your offenses to go a little bit, right? You don't want to throw everyone up forward. You don't want to play everyone defensive. It's just kind of a matter of getting possession-based. PJ, I know possession in soccer is one of the most important things. Why do you think soccer, compared to other sports, makes it so important?
Well, because it's about, you know, in soccer compared to every other sport, you don't get as many chances at the goal or at, you know, basketball, call it the basket, or football, call it the end zone, whatever you want to say. But you don't get as many scoring opportunities in soccer as you do in all of these sports. So it's important to maximize every single possession that you get so that you get as many scoring chances as possible.
It's a good chance by St. Joe's right there. That was Sarah Parker up the left wing. Looked to play that one in the middle, but the Staples defense holds.
Yeah, I want to go back to what you said about the first couple minutes of soccer games. You know, you're trying to get a feel for the other opponent. Although you can scout them and see how they play, you know, they can't come out completely different as you would have thought. Obviously for St. Joe's, you know they're going to get to their playmakers, but you're trying to get a feel for the game, trying to feel how you're feeling that day. You're just trying to see what's going on and how you want to attack the other team.
St. Joe's looked like it was more possession-based, but these last few minutes they're trying to, you know, maybe put a little pressure on Staples early as the Wreckers now have the ball around the midfield mark. See if they'll swing this one over to Foreign. Pass that one over onto the left wing. See if she tries to fit that one to the middle. Cleared away by the Cadets defense. Ball still going around. Staples looking to keep it in play, but the ref blew that one out.
And that was Edwards going after the ball there, trying to see what she could do there. Those are the opportunities. You want to get the ball in the corner and you want to cross that. You want to get it in front of the net, cause some drama.
PJ, Helena Kazmerzik, the goalie for St. Joe's, has only allowed 6 goals this whole season. What makes her so important in this match tonight?
I mean, obviously you just said it. Just don't let up any goals. You can't lose if you don't concede a single goal. Obviously, you know, it's very hard against a talented team here like Staples, but you've proved that you can do it all season long, multiple shutouts. So, you know, just keep it up, keep doing what works.
Chudowski with a great ball into the middle. Almost a goal early. That was Annabelle Edwards on the shot for Staples, but Kazmerzik was there to make the easy claim.
Yeah, and it'll be definitely interesting to see the Chudowski sisters. You talked about it. Natalie had 2 goals in that game against Darien, and her sister, Evelyn, is committed to go play soccer at Cornell.
A lot of D1 athletes on this field. This is just going to be a great match all around. Great play from both teams so far and over the course of the next 80 minutes. Staples again trying to pressure this attack down the right wing, cleared away by St. Joe's. Staples, they're going to pick this up. See if they're going to try and swing this ball around more, try and put more pressure on the St. Joe's defense. On the left side. Again, trying to move this ball down the left wing a lot for Staples. It's a good touch. Staples, great defense by St. Joe's there. Natalie Chudowski was in there. St. Joe's now look to break on the counterattack. Look to Alexa Pino, but it might have just been a hair off sides there.
And a little bit of sloppy turnovers, sloppy plays from both teams there. And I think that'll also be a key contributor in close games. Those turnovers tend to really affect you negatively.
Staples putting some pressure. Meg's the ref there. See if St. Joe's can now get a good attack going. So again, there's Sarah Parker. Again, they're looking to find Alexa Pino. One of the best players, not even in Connecticut, but you can argue the whole Northeast PJ. It's great having someone like that in your team.
Yeah, and I mean, they're trying to work it down to her. It seems like every single time St. Joe's player touches the ball, they keep just trying to bomb it deep to Pino. So obviously, she hasn't gotten an opportunity yet. We're only 5 minutes into the game. She'll get her opportunities. But if you're St. Joe's right here, you can't just keep bombing it downfield to her. It seems like Staples has had like 4 opportunities already. They've shot it on net. Obviously the defense has held up pretty well, but it's been just all in that St. Joe's defensive box so far.
Mm-hmm. Staples are now working it back to their center backs, trying to work this one up the field. We'll see if St. Joe's will try and implement a little bit of a press, as Julia Nunez almost got the steal, but that one will be intercepted by Kylie Silva. Intended for Pino, intercepted by Staples. Great ball movement by Staples here. St. Joe's, they've been under a lot of attack these first almost 6 minutes. I mean, we're not even 6 minutes into the game, and it seems like Staples have had all the quality chances so far.
Yeah, Staples doing a really good job of moving that ball around. That's how they're going to beat this good team is by moving that ball, getting different opportunities, and trying to see what works. You've seen it so far. And they've just been able to control that time of possession like PJ talked about. That time of possession will be a big factor in this game, obviously.
Staples again winning back possession. They tried to float that down to their striker, but St. Joe's sound defensively. Good pressure by Staples early, almost implementing a little bit of a press.
Yeah, and you look at St. Joe's here, and it seems like they're just trying to feel out the defense that Staples is throwing at them. Obviously, you're only 6-7 minutes into the game, so you've still got a lot of game to play. They know it. Obviously, Staples knows it, and there's going to be a lot of adaptions that have to come here for both of these teams to come out victorious.
Great turn by Alexa Pino, something she's been doing all season. Pino take a shot. And that one's actually made a save by Staples. I thought Pino didn't have enough on it, but that's going to be out for the first corner kick of the night for St. Joe's.
Yeah, that was Henske there, just trying to block the ball. Not sure why she didn't grab it and get it out of the air, but obviously safe move to just block it, keep it away from the net. But that was a boot by Pino there.
Yeah, I know up here from what we saw, it didn't look like that shot had enough power on it, but Henske just had to get her hands on it and force that out for a corner.
Yeah, and now you look at the corner, and this is how St. Joe's killed Ridgefield last game. They just kept, they got the corner with Pino, and then they just sent it into Jenkins, and she scored.
Yeah, look for Jenkins on the far post.
Pino swings that one in, got it to where she wanted it, but just over the top of the crossbar. It will be a goal kick for Staples.
Yeah, and that was flawless execution by Pino. It's just, that ball was a little high. She wanted to get it to the back post, which is what she did. Jenkins was just a little too far towards the middle that she couldn't back up in time to get the header in the direction.
PJ, you just mentioned it. St. Joe's, they really did kill Ridgefield on those set pieces. If you're Staples, that is a little worrying, right? If you're getting those corners into that area, I think it's just going to be important for them to just clear it out when they get the opportunities.
Yeah, you mentioned it's definitely intimidating, but they went and they tied them 1-1 this year, so you got to think that they have confidence coming into this game. Although they don't have although they are considered the underdog in this matchup, they have confidence. They won 1-1. They tied 1-1. So they're definitely in it, and we're going to see them in this game.
Catherine Fitzgerald was the one to take the throw in there. St. Joe's are winning back possession. So Staples almost looking a little bit of attacking, but these last minute or two, it's been more of a defensive battle for them. St. Joe's playing this one out the back. Back to Staples. Staples tried to move that one down the right wing, but nobody was home. Sarah Parker now with it. Looks to find Pino, which she does. This is a dangerous area. Staples, they got to be ready here.
Yeah, and you got to look. There's 3 people on the back post side. Three, and there's 1 Staples defender. You got to look. They're definitely crowding Pino.
Pino still with it. Plays that in. Great turn. Hits the crossbar. Did not go in. Oh, so close for St. Joe's first goal of the night.
Yeah, and just unlucky bounce there. You saw her, I think Taylor Jenkins' whole family is just sitting right in front of us, right in front of this press box. So, you know, they got up and they're like, oh! So, obviously, you know, you really want to get that one early. Only 10 minutes into the game, but still a lot of game to be played, as you said.
Yeah, it was great play down that left wing. It was Alexa Pino who got it, and then, you know, just a little bit too much on it from Taylor Jenkins. As it's back with Jenkins, she's going to take a far shot, and that is easily claimed by Samantha Hensky.
Yeah, I know we talk about how good Pino is, but what about those opportunities that she opens up for her teammates here, like Taylor Jenkins with an absolute missile from about the 20-yard line, able to get it on net for another shot on goal.
You know, if you're St. Joe's, you want to see that. Jenkins, she just missed. She hit the crossbar, but they're going to encourage her to keep shooting throughout the night. One of those will fall for the Cadets. Ball's going to be out of bounds for a St. Joe's throw. They're going to look to move this quickly up to Pino. I believe Pino was flagged. See if we're going to get offside call. I think we're going to get a free kick. Yes. So again, another set piece for St. Joe's. PJ, you talked about it. What do they have to do to swing this ball in for a goal?
I mean, obviously, you know, she's pretty far out here. She's at, you know, call it the 20-yard line, so 30 yards away vertically. But then she's also probably like 20-something yards away horizontally, so she really can't shoot it here. What she's got to do is she's got to pass it in, maybe find Jenkins or someone for the shot.
She got the cross in there, but Hensky was able to claim that shot. As we're just under 30 minutes to go in the first half, 0-0. Good chances from both teams so far. We'll take a look at the replay from that free kick. You know, Pino just didn't get as much as she would like under it. A little shot, but that was an easy save for Staples. St. Joe's booted up. Pino won the header, but right to a Staples defender. There's a sloppy pass by Staples. Trying to find Pino. Good defense by Staples. Pino almost won that one back, though. You know, John, you've been talking about it. Staples, they've just been you know, they've looked a little sloppy so far.
Yeah, and I think that adjustment does have to happen, so they need to stop playing so focused. Obviously, you're trying to stop Pino, but you can't let that open up opportunities. You saw in that one opportunity, there were 3, almost the entire team was trying to defend Pino, and then three St. Joe's girls were basically running on their own, almost on like a fast way breakaway.
So like on that goal kick, booting it right to around the 50-yard line here. See if St. Joe's want to get some attack as that ball is intercepted by Staples. Ball is played over the top of the St. Joe's defense, but Kazmierczyk is there to claim it. We'll see from these goal kicks what St. Joe's are going to do tactically. What it looks like, we're just seeing boot it down right to the center of the field, try and get it to one of your players. We'll see as that will change throughout the game.
Yeah, and you've seen so far in this game about like every 5 minutes, the power of the possession, the momentum changes. You saw St. Joe's in that last, it was probably a little bit more than 5 minutes, but they were in their offensive zone for a while. Now Staples has kind of taken that back as they did in the opening minutes.
Yeah, it was Annabelle Edwards with that shot there. Great save by Kazmierczyk as we take another look. Edwards got behind the defense, but Kazmierczyk on her line, good positioning, able to make the save.
And a textbook save there. Obviously, we've seen great saves from both goalies, and they will definitely be a factor as both teams have trust in their people who they have in net.
Great footwork from Annabelle Edwards as she plays that to the middle to Natalie Chudowski, who still has it. Edwards again on that left wing, swings that ball in. Intercepted by St. Joe's, as now they're going to look for a counterattack.
Yeah, Chudowski was looking for the give and go there. And you're going to see Staples is going to need to use teamwork to win this game.
Wreckers moving it up the left wing again, intercepted by St. Joe's. It's Pino. Again, looks like she's been winning these headers. Oh, there's Pino again. She's winning possession. Tries to beat one girl. She's not able to. Great defense by Staples as the Wreckers look to make their own counterattack. Again, playing that over to Evelyn Shadowski. She has the pace to get there. And that one's going to be out for a corner for Staples, first of the night for the Wreckers.
Yeah, and a good stop there by the Wreckers on Pino, able to get that foot in front of her and stop the forward movement. And here, this will turn into some offense here with the Wreckers' first big offensive opportunity here.
We'll see where this ball will be played in, if this is going to be more of a back post or a near post for Annabelle Edwards. Obviously, one of the best corner takers on Staples. We'll see how this one goes as that ball swung in to the back post where she wanted it, but that one's going to go out for a Cadets goal kick.
And that was good box defense there by St. Joe's. If you're Staples, you're trying to crowd the box and get a head free. But if you're St. Joe's, you're trying to keep that ball away from the net.
It's going to be another goal kick for Kaz Merzik. You know, PJ, what have you liked from St. Joe's so far throughout these first almost 15 minutes of play?
I mean, St. Joe's, they've just, you know, their defense has been very solid as that.
Some contact there on Taylor Jenkins.
But as I was saying, the defense has been very solid. They've done a great job of just shutting down Staples. Obviously, Staples has had a couple opportunities inside the box, but you've seen a St. Joe's defender to just kind of get in front of the ball, make a tackle, and get it going the other way.
You know, I wonder as we get closer to the start of the second half, as Pino, tried to dink it over Samantha Hensky. She was able to make that save. You know, I was just about to say, I wonder if as we get closer to the second half, how will St. Joe's react after Taylor Jenkins missed that such close shot earlier in the half? So the Cadets are looking to make another attack here.
Yeah, what a chance there by Pino, not able to get it over the hands of Hensky. But there you see just Hensky manning up Pino and able to make the key defensive stop early on in the game.
So now Staples are here on the counterattack. It's going to be Evelyn Shadowski. See if she's going to swing it to one of her teammates. She's able to. Over to Annabelle Edwards. Edwards looking to make a move past the St. Joe's defense. She still has it on this wing. See if she'll cross this ball in. She's able to. It's going to fall. Oh, it still went over. Some contact in the box. Ref hasn't blown anything as it's still with Staples. St. Joe's just trying their best to clear that away. What an interesting possession there by Staples.
Yeah, I know, Belle, you called the first game on Wednesday's slate, and I called the second, and we definitely saw some physicality in those games. It was very physical, and the refs let it play it, interestingly enough. You see it again here. I think this game's going to remain a little bit of the same pattern of letting the physicality slide a little bit. Obviously, it's a playoff game, so there's going to be some physicality, and they're letting it go.
Absolutely. So we'll take a look at that the last play. So we'll hold on that for a second. But yeah, as you said, John, I think it's good for refs to let, you got to let the players play a bit. You can't blow every whistle, PJ. I know that's an important thing in really all sports, but you don't want to blow the whistle for every little bit of contact.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, that wasn't a little bit of contact. That was, some huge contact. Probably should have been a call. Obviously, you heard the stands. They all erupted. Everyone thought that a call was coming and a penalty would be looming. But you definitely can't call everything. Obviously, sometimes the refs mess up. They're only human, and they'll get you back on the next one. Maybe, if they miss a call against Staples, then they'll give Staples a call coming up.
Yeah, but for Staples on the last one, Annabelle Edwards just made a great run into the box. She got by a couple defenders before that contact was made with the goalie, but that was one of the best chances of the night for Staples.
Yeah, and you look at that. That all started off of a miscommunication from St. Joe's. I forget who it was, but someone missed a header on a deep pass, and then it just started a run for Staples, and they eventually were able to develop their offense.
St. Joe's, they're now going to get a throw in the Staples defensive half. See if they'll get anything going here with just under 22 minutes to go in the first half. That ball is played in the corner. Attempts to swing that one in. That one's punched away. It's still floating around in the box. Staples just got to clear that one out of there. The ref has blown his whistle for some contact, awarded a Staples free kick.
Yet again, another smart play by Henske there, knowing what to do. Obviously, she's a very good goalie, very knowledgeable, but also she knows what to do and she's confident in herself and is smart tactically, not just in the game and how to make saves, but also just gameplay-wise and knowing a little bit of the situations.
Yeah, I mean, you know, some people discredit it, but goalie's one of the, if not the hardest position to play in all of sports. You always got to be on your toes. You always got to be ready, and Samantha Henske's been showing it tonight. As that ball's played down the right wing into Taryn Zick. First time we called her name tonight, but that ball has just gone out of play. So we are just under 21 minutes to go here. It's going to be another goal kick for Staples.
Yeah, and that's St. Joe's bread and butter right there. Feed it into the corner, then a little bit of a swing pass into the middle, and then you just see them finish so often. More often than not, they finish that. Obviously, the pass was a little bit out of reach there, but a great opportunity.
St. Joe's just pooing this one down into the Staples half. You know, I think they're just trying to really find Alexa Pino down there as the striker, but Staples have been good to contain her so far.
Yeah, and we've seen a very evenly matched game here so far. Neither team has really had the upper hand. You've seen an opportunity or two for each team, and they've just done a great job defending overall.
Absolutely, as Staples trying to boot that one up, but St. Joe's have been sound defensively. I mean, really both teams have been sound defensively, as you just touched on, PJ, and I think both of that has, you know, had to have been due to great goalkeeping on both sides. See, it will be a Staples throw-in as they're starting to enter St. Joe's territory. We'll see how formation might change a little bit, because at halftime, right, that's when you go to the team talk. You want to just calm everyone down. But as of right now, both teams have had their chances, so we'll see these final 19 minutes, 30 seconds, we'll see how that will change.
And halftime's the time where you make adjustments, as there's going to be a trip there.
Again, contact. Ref now starting to blow his whistle. I think, you know, it might have heard us up here in the booth, so he's starting to, you know, call some of these fouls as St. Joe's have been awarded a free kick. You know, as we just touched on, John, contact, you know, depending on how much there is, the ref might differ his opinion time to time.
Yeah, but that's one that you cannot miss there, obviously.
Right.
That's a clear trip, and you have to call that.
That's a trip. You know, it makes me wonder a little bit on that one a couple minutes ago with St. Joe's involving their goalkeeper. Maybe the ref's a little bit more, you know, sound on starting to call some of these fouls.
Yeah, and I think also you've got to take in consideration that that was only, you know, 10, 15 minutes through the game. And, you know, you can't just be throwing out penalty kicks out of nowhere. So, you know, obviously it's a very tough thing to defend if you're the goalkeeper. So you can't just be giving teams penalties, you know, here and there.
Right. As Staples, again, so far doing pretty good with possession the second half, something that we weren't too sure how they'd be able to handle against this St. Joe's defense that's only conceded 6 goals this season. A free space along the wing. It's going to fall out for a potential shot for Staples, but that one's just going to go a bit wide. It's an offsides there for Staples. But that was a good attack from Staples, again, putting constant pressure on the St. Joe's defense. It's going to be booted deep by Kazmierczak as we take a look at the replay. Open space along that right wing for Staples, but just nobody home on the shot, and when it was taken, just a little bit off the target. St. Joe's with this immediate counterattack up the left wing. Pino is trying to get her spot in the middle. Just a little bit too much of a touch there for St. Joe's.
Yeah, great defense by the Wreckers there to keep Pino outside, keep her outside away, and keep moving her outside, not letting her get inside, weave inside her way through the defense, able to keep her outside. And that's the result there, as the Staples Wreckers defender had who she was trying to pass to all covered up. So great defense by the Wreckers here early on.
St. Joe's again winning back possession. See if they're trying to find Pinos. There's contact, but the ref's not blowing it there. He's allowing Staples to retain possession. Ball's gone out for a Wreckers throw. You know, I think something interesting for St. Joe's is kind of seeing Alexa Pino at that striker. She's being more of a target player tonight as to being a false 9. You know, false 9, you're a striker, but you drop into the midfield and allow other people to make runs. She's just being that target player right in the middle. All her teammates are trying to find her. As a handball has been called, St. Joe's might try to take this free kick quickly if the ref's going to allow it.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting here as the game goes on to see whether or not Pino keeps trying to be a scorer or trying to be a facilitator. I think that's going to play a big factor in in how St. Joe's runs their offense, obviously, if she's going to try to go and score that goal or if she's going to try to set up her teammates.
Pino will take the free kick from barely outside the 30-yard line. See if she'll swing this in. Actually plays that one a bit short, and that's easily claimed by Samantha Hensky.
Yeah, and I think what she was trying to do there, you know, sometimes you're not always going for that top bar. You're not always trying to, you know, get some top beans in here. But, yeah, as you take a look at that last shot, she put some power and some drive on it. And obviously it hit the ground. I think maybe what she was trying to do is kind of get a little bit of a lucky bounce. Maybe get some, you know, some weird hit over it. But then, you know, that ball will bounce, you know, hopefully past the goaltender once or twice a season. You know, you're just looking to get lucky.
Yeah, but that's something that, you know, she's been practicing that a lot over the last couple weeks. That's not something where you don't tell your teammates and you're just going to take that shot on goal. She's obviously been doing that for a few weeks. You know, maybe even try to put a little knuckleball curve on that because you never know if you can get the perfect spin on it to go right past the goalie.
Exactly.
Staples awarded a throw-in. Inside their own half, we'll see if St. Joe's will try and apply some pressure here. The Wreckers is looking to move that again towards the right sideline. Try and break that St. Joe's press. That ball took an interesting hop, so it's going to be back in possession for the Cadets.
Yeah, and Staples faced the press on Wednesday. Darien pressed them the entire game, which was an interesting move, but they needed to do to keep the game close. And here's St. Joe's moving into the press as St. Joe's has an opportunity. Goes out of bounds.
Just a bit too far for Julia Nunez there, but if you're St. Joe's, you got to be encouraged by that attack there, PJ.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you just got to kind of build and build on the attacking opportunities in a game like this.
Staples look to regain possession, as you can see from the replay here. That was a good ball swung in, just a bit too far for Julia Nunez, however. As Zick tries to get that one back in midfield. Great defense by Staples.
A good play there by Annabelle Edwards. Unfortunately, you saw she wanted to keep that ball in, but that too much to contain, able to get the ball out of bounds there and pause St. Joe's offense for a little bit.
Catherine Stook, she took the throw in there. Haven't had to call her name much tonight, but she's been doing great and sound defensively. Staples almost got that ball over the top of the St. Joe's defense, but the Cadets were able to recollect. That ball, again, just trying to play over top. Pino's trying to run to get to that one, but cleared away by Staples. So the ref has now blown his whistle, and it will be a free kick for the Wreckers. PJ, with just under 14 minutes to go, what do you want to see from St. Joe's in order to give them a little bit more attacking prowess?
I think what you've got to kind of do, you know, maybe not necessarily at this point in the half, but maybe, you know, in the later stages of the second half, what you've got to kind of do is send those wingers up, you know, kind of play almost, you know, put them a little tighter towards the middle of the field, but kind of almost play like you have 3 strikers and keep everyone else back the same so you're not losing any real defensive, you know, power, but you're still getting more and more central opportunities. Because obviously, if you're taking it down the right wing or the left wing, you know, you don't have as great of an angle as you do in the middle.
St. Joe's crowd starting to get on their feet a little bit as they get this ball up into the middle. It's a good play. There's more contact. Nunez, they tried to swing that one ball in there with Alexa Pino as well. But Staples, they're doing sound defensively so far. St. Joe's haven't really had much to go on in this first half.
Yeah, and I don't know what it is with the referees at Dunning Stadium, but they always let it play on. You saw there was a girls' soccer game against Trumbull. I think like 4 or 5 players just got decked. They got laid out, and the referees really didn't call anything.
A great bit of skill there by Annabelle Edwards as Staples are regaining the ball in the St. Joe's attacking half. Again, trying to find Edwards. That one's scoped out. St. Joe's get there. Now a potential counterattack. Just not as much spin on the ball there as intended for Alexa Pino in the middle.
Yeah, and you see both student sections or both crowds and both benches really getting into it now, especially the Staples fans and bench really cheering for everything that happens as we look at the replay here.
I mean, look at that. Wow, great bit of skill there by Annabelle Edwards. But St. Joe's, they were able to get back on defense and regain possession. So, Staples are now going to try and play this one. Again, they've been trying to focus on these, trying to get it up to the wingers a lot. That one's going to be successful for Staples. So now make their attack. Got numbers if you're the Wreckers. Try and move this around and find someone open. Great defense by St. Joe's. Annabelle Edwards had the ball.
Yeah, Edwards was trying to do a little bit of shake and bake action there. You see her there trying to keep the dribbles up, and she's playing very well so far. Very skilled player.
Staples again. Oh, not the best passes. That one's trying to find Alexa Pino again in the middle. You know, PJ, you said it earlier. It seems like that St. Joe's just always trying to find it to Pino. The Staples are going to gain possession. Back out into the middle. Cleared away by St. Joe's.
Yeah, and you talk about them trying to get it up to Pino. You know, as you know, it looks like they're trying to do there, and as they do.
There.
But they're doing it in a bunch of different ways that it's, you know, it's still effectful. Right. Obviously, you know, they're sending through balls just up the sideline for her to run to. Because, you know, I mean, obviously probably the most talented player on the field right here. You know, pace-wise, shooting-wise, whatever it may be. And then they're also sending lob balls deep, just trying to get her under it, and then she can make something happen.
Staples again winning it back. John, what do you want to see from Staples in order for them to get their first goal tonight?
I think they just got to keep playing the way they are playing. You know, they're playing really well defensively. They definitely come out very defensively as we have just under 10 minutes remaining. But I think they have to keep playing this defensively to limit the St. Joe's offense. And they're getting opportunities as they have one here.
Yeah, Chudowski played that one over to her sister, but that second through ball was just a little bit too much for Staples. St. Joe's again win this one back on the left wing. It's going to be in the feet of Sarah Parker. The great ball over to Taylor Jenkins, the Division I commit to UConn. Great movement by St. Joe's here over to Julia Nunez. Try and swing that one in the middle, but that's scoped out by Staples.
Again, good defense by the Wreckers, breaking up anything that gets anywhere close to the middle and keeping St. Joe's away from striking distance.
Again, it's Nunez on the right wing. It's a great touch, great turn into the middle, and that ball is a beautiful save by Samantha Hensky. Alexa Pino almost got her first goal tonight.
What a save there by Hensky. I know I mentioned her in the beginning, and we're going to keep mentioning her name. What a great save there. What a great play by the St. Joe's offense.
Yeah,
the cross in.
Dude, I mean, that was just beautiful play by St. Joe's. You got to see Alexa Pino almost so close to getting her first goal tonight. She'll be the one to take the corner kick right here.
Yeah, and that was all reaction time from Hensky as Pino sends it in again.
It's a low cross to the near post. Worked last game against Ridgefield. They were able to get a goal, but not there. Staples defense.
Yeah, and I think what happened there is Pino really, she just didn't get all that ball. You see it, you know, obviously soccer, a very difficult sport, but, you know, to get a perfect kick is nearly impossible. You just try to get it as close enough to perfect as you can. So the crosser, sometimes you don't get your foot under it enough, and you can't send it to that back post as you would have liked.
You know, corners, they are tough. I mean, we see all the time professionals even struggle with getting perfect corners into the center of the box. So as we just under 8 minutes to go, seems like we got a St. Joe's throw in. So far, both teams have had some great attacks, so we'll see if that will continue throughout the rest of the first half. That ball is booted into St. Joe's own half by the Staples defense. Back to Kaz Merzik. Only had to call her names a couple of times tonight. She's been doing good in goal. St. Joe's, see if they'll go a little more possession-based. There's a great ball over to Taylor Jenkins. Tries to swing that one over. Julia Nunez, she's got it. She's got some space at her feet here. Trying to get past one. Nunez again, crossing that one just a bit too far, intended for Alexa Pino.
Yeah, good defense there by Nunez, almost making the St. Joe's attacker make her move. You know, really good defense, solid defense. You see the footwork by both of those individuals really playing well.
Now, if you're St. Joe's, you want that to keep it up for Julia Nunez, right? Get it down that wing. If you try and make one little good move with the ball, right? A little skill move, and then try and find Alexa Pino. Almost had it there.
Yeah, and it seems like St. Joe's is trying to develop another star in the making. Obviously, if you can have a third player who's star caliber on this team, that's nearly a guarantee for the state championship. Obviously, Nunez is only a sophomore, so she's still got 2 more years to go, and she'll just keep getting better and better for this team.
Staples were awarded the throw-in. So they're going to try and put some more pressure on the St. Joe's defense, as they've been doing pretty successfully throughout this first half. They win that one back at midfield. Just a lot of long balls so far in this first half, trying to see who's going to make the first mistake between the Staples and St. Joe's defenses. Kazmerzik's going to play that at her feet. Staples almost got that one in a slight deflection. There's some contact. Ref blew his whistle. Free kick awarded for the Cadets. We'll see how this free kick's going to be played. That one kind of just a line drive right towards the middle. Maybe we're expecting a little bit more of a short ball for St. Joe's.
And here's Edwards again. Feeding it inside.
Oh, almost got to the feet of Evelyn Chudowski. And now it's St. Joe's on the counterattack with Taylor Jenkins. Great ball over to Sarah Parker along that wing. This is where St. Joe's are most dangerous. Parker with a great turn inside. Take a shot, and that one is saved by Samantha Hensky. It's a great bit of play by St. Joe's there. That ball moving from Taylor Jenkins right to Sarah Parker. Parker, maybe you want her to take one more pass there as we take a look at the replay. Not the worst shot that you want to see for St. Joe's, but, maybe you want to build at something a little better. That ball, again, looked in the middle to Alexa Pino.
And that was broken up by Crombie. The Wreckers defense really doing a good job here, not letting St. Joe's get anything, not really letting them get inside. They've allowed them to settle for those outside shots, and that's what you want to let them do if you're the Wreckers, because obviously you can ride the back of Hensky so far, having a really great game.
Exactly. As we are about 4 minutes and 30 seconds till the end of the first half. Both teams have had great scoring chances. St. Joe's hit the crossbar once, and another great save by Samantha Hensky to keep this game 1-1. As the Cadets are,
I think you mean 0-0.
0-0 tie game, however you want to put it, as ref's going to blow his whistle and award a free kick for Staples. So we'll see from the set piece if the Wreckers can get anything going just towards the end of the first half. We were just talking about it as we see the contact here. There's a little there. The ref's going to blow it. He's maybe, some could argue he's missed some calls earlier, but now he's starting to make up for those and make some. That was a great kick, actually, from the set piece. See if St. Joe's just going to try and clear this away. It was a great touch there by Julia Nunez, but Staples got right back on defense for a St. Joe's throw-in. It's going to be Catherine Stook to take the throw. Just a bit too much for Taylor Jenkins. So the ref is awarded another Staples free kick. If you're St. Joe's, maybe you're starting to get a little angry here with the referee.
Yeah, and he's finally cracking down on these, some of this physicality here.
Mm-hmm. As a ref should, right? You want to be a good ref. If there's a push like, hey, just don't do that again. And they've been doing that so far. Staples take this free kick into the box. Again, attempt of a clear out by St. Joe's. We'll see if Staples can win this one back just inside midfield, which they do. And try and find that one over to Annabelle Edwards. Great at her feet. Arguably the best dribbler on the Staples team. But great defense by St. Joe's to clear that one out of there. See if they'll try to get this attack. Maybe try and get this to Pino. It's a great solo run, though, by St. Joe's. And here's Julia Nunez. She had a little room in the middle for a pass, which she still is going to hit. And St. Joe's just over the crossbar.
The field goal was good.
Sarah Parker would have been 3 points for football, but for football, it's going to stay 0. There's a great chance from St. Joe's. We'll take a look at the replay. Julia Nunez, great ball into the middle. Sarah Parker just a bit over the crossbar. We stay at 0-0.
Yeah, and I think what kind of happened there was she was trying a little too hard to get some more power on it. Obviously, you've had a lot of shots saved today, and Hensky has played a very outstanding game, but you've got to get some more power if you want to get it past a talented goalkeeper like her.
Another great touch by Julia Nunez as we are just under the 2-minute mark in this first half. St. Joe's now looks like they got a little spark. This is again Nunez try to swing this ball into the center of the box. That one's still hanging around. Jenkins, the ref blew his whistle there. Maybe he saw a little contact. St. Joe's are unhappy, but the Staples fans are on their feet.
Yeah, you talk about it. Goals going into half and goals going out of half are big goals. Obviously, momentum boosters if you score, and also mood dampeners if you give up that goal. As here's another opportunity for the St. Joseph Cadets, not able to convert after a little physicality. But you mentioned right around halftime, right now, in the dire, like minute to minute and a half is where you see most mistakes happen.
Absolutely. So we are almost in our final minute here for the first half. You know, if you want to get any last attacks, you got to do it now. But I think both teams, you know, they're going to have to settle for the 0-0 at halftime. That ball is played over the top. Kazmierzic's going to claim that one. But I was just saying, you know, maybe you're not going to be happy with this 0-0 at halftime, but it's not the worst thing in the world for either team.
Yeah, obviously these two teams coming in today, they knew that it was going to be a battle. Obviously, the last game, it was 1-1 tie. So these two teams are very evenly matched. As you see, a little bit of contact there.
A little elbow there by Staples to award a St. Joe's free kick. Just under 30 seconds to go here. So we'll see if the Cadets have planned out one last attack.
Yeah, and when you start extending that arm or throwing elbows, that's when you get called for the physicality. But both teams really doing a good job trying to hang with each other.
That ball on the free kicks played a good area in the box. We're under 10 seconds here. We'll just see if Staples is going to want to clear this ball away. 3, 2, 1. The ref has blown his whistle for halftime. A very entertaining first half between St. Joe's and Staples. We're 0-0. First, we'd like to give a thanks to our sponsor, Ole Soccer and Innovative Health and Rehabilitation, for sponsoring the FCIAC soccer playoffs and their support for the league.
Yeah, and we would also like to give a special thanks to our additional sponsors, Metro Team Sports, First County Bank, Hospital for Special Services, the Next Street Driving School, Stack Athlete, and Farmers Insurance.
Well, that's it from us in the booth for the first half. Don't go away from your screen, though. We'll be back very shortly. Welcome back to Dunning Stadium for the start of the second half between the first-seeded St. Joe's Cadets and the second-seeded Staples Wreckers. Guys, throughout the first half, we saw good chances from both teams. PJ, we'll start with St. Joe's. What did you like from the Cadets?
I mean, obviously, they've had a lot of very solid chances. You had that one corner, which led to the crossbar shot. That was very close. But other than that, they haven't had any really very significant chances.
You know, speaking of some highlights, PJ, that you just brought up, we're going to have a package of highlights right here to show some of you as we'll go over them. But, John, as we actually get these highlights up right now, so we'll start this early chance from Staples, but it was a great little save by Kaz Merzick. She's been doing that all night for St. Joe's. As there was another chance from Alexa Pino, but it was a great stop by the Staples defense. That one was also early in the first half. But St. Joe's, they didn't stop their attack. Again, trying to move that ball up the right wing as they've been doing for the majority of the first half. Nunez got that ball right in, but it was a great save by Samantha Henske. So the highlights don't stop for St. Joe's, but we'll get back to that package later as the second half is now underway. It's a 0-0 game right now. You know, John, we got cut short for you, but what did you like from Staples in the first half?
I think I like their pace of their control of the pace, their time of possession. Although they did give up many opportunities, which they need to tighten up their defense a little bit. Here they come on an opportunity of their own. They got their chances. They just need to keep getting shots on goal. They need to try to put something together. Obviously, if this game's still tied at 0-0, it goes into overtime, but they want to end it before overtime.
Pino putting a little pressure on Staples. So they're going to boot it back. Obviously, both teams switch sides for the second half. You know, I wonder what both coaches are going to be were saying to their players as contact's made there. Ref's going to blow his whistle for that obvious foul. But I wonder what the coaches were saying to both their teams, right? 0-0 right now. Not a bad first half, but you want goals to be scored.
Yeah, and that's going to be called every time, like we mentioned. Refs letting them play at the beginning of the game and then turning a little bit, starting to call more tripping calls, starting to call more contact. Well, it'll be interesting to see what level of physicality they allow in this second half with the game tied at 0-0.
John, we talked about some positive for Staples, but what do you want to see from the Wreckers in order for them to end with a state championship?
FCIAC
championship.
But they need to tighten up their defense. It seems like St. Joe's is just getting whatever they really want on their offensive opportunities. I know they haven't converted yet, which is a good sign, but you want to ease the pressure off Henske a little bit. And they need to keep moving the ball well. You see that they play much better when they're moving the ball well and getting the ball to the people that they want, such as Annie Edwards.
St. Joe's with it. So that was Julian Nunez, but that ball is just going to be cleared out to the edge of the box. It's a great turn by Taryn Zick. Out onto the right wing. Trying to swing that ball in, intended for Sarah Parker in the middle of that box. St. Joe's are still going to retain possession. It's going to be a Cadets throw-in. So your staple is you want to just try and hold this position in the back. Do not concede to St. Joe's to start off the second half. Alexa Pino had that ball intercepted. Just got to get that one out of bounds for Staples. Don't want to risk another turnover.
Yeah, smart play by the Wreckers there. You obviously don't want to kick it to the back towards the field goal because then it's in, or kick it towards the middle of the net. You want to keep it out on the sidelines.
Right, I hope no one would want to kick that towards the middle of the net unless you are an attacker. As Staples with a great interception there. Win the ball back. PJ, we asked John this, but I'll ask you, what do you want to see from St. Joe's in order to win their FCIAC championship?
Well, obviously, so far, it's been a tale of two sides for St. Joe's. The defense has been extraordinary. Both, you know, those backs, the goaltender, and even really some of the center mids when they're back on defense. But the attacking unit hasn't been as, you know, hot and, like, you know, their firepower really hasn't been there compared to previous games. Obviously, this is probably their toughest opponent to date. This is their second meeting. But what I would like to see is I would like to see Taylor Jenkins and Alexa Pino kind of do, you know, some give-and-go action, get it inside, and then get some shots up.
So we just saw some miscommunication there from Staples. Just the reason that St. Joe's had that throw-in is now they're going to try and put some more pressure. That one's at the feet of Taylor Jenkins. There's the contact. Ref's going to blow his whistle every single time for that. So it's going to be a free kick for St. Joe's. This is a dangerous position on these set pieces. They've had only 2 corners tonight, but if you're St. Joe's, you really want to capitalize off this free kick.
Yeah, and this is basically just a generous corner, right? You're basically, you know, you still really don't have an angle at the net, Obviously, you're above goal line extended, but you are still trying to just swing it inside and give someone a header, preferably on the back post.
Pino's going to swing that ball in. And I think it's gone in. No, it hasn't. And now it finally has. First goal of the night for St. Joe's as they take a 1-0 lead. I think it was unclear. They're still
I think they're
piling
giving
on
it to
right there.
Pino.
It's going to be Alexa Pino. I think they are going to give that to her. We were just talking about that, PJ. On that free kick, she got enough spin to get that ball in.
Yeah, and that was really, what the other players did for St. Joe's, as you look here, is they created a distraction, right, for the goaltender and the defenders. All they did, they were really focused on the header ensuing, someone from the back post kind of headering it in. But then what they didn't expect was Pino just sending it in, and she made perfect contact with that ball, hit the post, and then it just spun in.
So the perfect start for St. Joe's to the second half to give them a 1-0 lead. I think they're going to award Pino that goal because that free kick did look like it crossed the line, and then they still were able to tap it in after. Some more physicality there. A lot of physicality. St. Joe's fan in front of us a little upset there, but ref's not going to blow his whistle for that one. But Staples will be awarded a throw-in.
Yeah, now it's all about how Staples answers. Obviously, you just gave up the early goal to Alex Pino, which was an amazing shot by her. Let's just take a moment to recognize that, which we've come to expect from her. But that was a sensational goal by her. But now it comes to how is Staples going to respond? Are they going to keep their foot on the gas pedal and keep trying to attack, maybe get a little bit more physical and try to force their will on this St. Joseph's Cadets team? Or are they going to settle and slow down a little bit?
Staples, they haven't had to face too much adversity this year with only one loss on the season. But right now, you got to come down from this hole that they're in and try and get that goal back. But Kazmierczak, she's actually just going to play that one on her feet there, not bothering to pick it up until right there. Ooh. Natalie Chudowski, trying to put a little pressure there on Kazmierczak, but she was able to just pick that one up. So it's going to be a goal kick for St. Joe's, playing that one getting towards the middle. Pino, we've been noticing it a few times. She's trying to lay back kind of behind some of those center backs, just get a ball to come right to her feet. Good dribbling by the Wreckers there. That one's cleared away by Sarah Parker as Taylor Jenkins now has the ball. One of the most dangerous players in all of FCIAC, finding Sarah Parker. Ooh, tried to get that one again to Taylor Jenkins, but it does. Jenkins with a shot, just a little bit wide. That would have been a crazy effort, as we do have a girl down on the field for Staples.
I think what happened there is she tried tackling the ball, but she kind of took a weird step, might have rolled her ankle or something. But
yeah, we have the medical training staff coming out onto the field for assistance. Yeah, I think you're right, PJ. Maybe just a little bit of tangling in the midfield line. We couldn't get it too well from that replay, but we were focusing on that Taylor Jenkins shot that was just a little bit wide. St. Joe's can use this time, get a little excited in that huddle, but then you got to get back and start to play the rest of these 33 minutes and 34 seconds.
Yeah, and I think, I'm not certain, but I think that looks to be Annabelle Edwards, who has been a key factor in the St. Joseph, both attack and defense today. So that's a tough loss.
Staples attack right there. And as always, we'd like to give a thank you to Ole Soccer and Innovative Health and Rehabilitation for sponsoring the FCIAC soccer playoffs and their support for the league. As now walking off on her own power is Annabelle Edwards. She's getting a little help with her trainers, but a little gingerly on that ankle. So now if you're Staples, you really got to start and find a little bit of a recovery. It's going to be hard to get that attack going, but they're going to try their best as they are making a sub to the field. Hard to see that number, but once the offense starts to disperse, we can tell you.
Yeah, but that's tough. Losing your captain, Annabelle Edwards, one of the best players on your team.
Yeah, and I would like to just take a moment to say, although that is a tough injury, now you have to look to you can't do anything about that injury. Although she may come back later in the game, you need to see a step up by the Chudowski sisters and some more offensive pieces on the Staples Rutgers offense. You need to see some people step up in this situation. Just about 33 minutes remain in this second half, and down 1-0 already.
Subbing in for Staples, that was the sophomore, number 15, Madeline Johnson. Not sure how much playing time she's got this year, but now in the FCIAC final, she's got to make something happen. As Pino, a little too much at her feet there. That's going to go behind for a Staples goal kick.
And you saw the way there she was dribbling. She was goal hunting there. That was complete. Give it to Pino and see what she can do. She was hunting for that goal, hunting for her shot. Able to get to her spot just a little bit wide left. But what a bullet off the foot of Pino.
Yeah, and you can't blame her. She's already got one of the night. She's looking for that second one. Goal hunter. We use that term a lot for English soccer when you think of guys like Erling Haaland always getting those tap-ins and penalties. And now you focus it over here onto the FCIACs for Alexa Pino.
Yeah, Pesci too.
Pesci, Pinaldo, all the bunch of Staples are now going to make their attack into the St. Joe's defensive half here. We'll see if Staples can get something going. A little contact there as the shot by Natalie Chudowski. That ball is going to go out and awarded for a Staples throw-in. It's at the feet of Chudowski again. Without Annabelle Edwards, it's going to be tough to get attack for Staples, but they just got to really try here. So that's a good start, getting it along the left wing. See if Staples are going to try and play this one back center. Open shot, and it's an easy claim by Helena Kazmierczyk.
Yeah, and interesting to see how Staples had 4 defenders back there on the offensive possession. They still had 4 people right about midline. Just got to be careful of Alex Pino, of course. But you got to wonder, when are they going to try to go get that goal? Obviously, there's still a lot of time left, but as time winds down, you'll look to see more incorporation of those 4 midfielders.
Ball got in the stands, almost took out some of the New Canaan girls soccer players. Luckily, they were able to get out of the way there.
Yeah, and they've got a game upcoming this Monday here at Dunning Stadium.
Monday Fun Day, as that ball is going to be a foul blown by the referee, so it's going to be an awarded free kick for Staples. Staples are going to be at this free kick, so we'll see how St. Joe's are going to try and relapse defensively as we'll take another look at that. Just kind of that contact in the middle. Both players, there's nothing malicious there. You're just trying to get the ball. Contact. So here's a set piece for Staples. Haven't had too many tonight. Looking to make the most of his Chudowski, just a bit wide of that goal.
Yeah, Chudowski was trying to fake the cross and go top right. Unfortunately, going to the right a little bit too much. Not able to convert there, but those are the opportunities you want if you're Staples. You need to start seeing them get more corners, more opportunities, free kicks. That's what's going to give them a chance to get back into this game.
You just said it, John. I think one thing that's gave St. Joe's the edge is those set pieces. Obviously, they have the goal off of the free kick, but if you just look at the disparity in chances between Staples and St. Joe's, it's going to be those set pieces that the Cadets have an edge in. It's a great interception. Almost interception, should I say, by St. Joe's, but they are going to win that one back. Not the best touch. And now it's in for Chudowski. A lot of contact in the box, and the refs point to the spot for a penalty for Staples.
And now everybody on the right side of the stands, including the New Canaan players, are going wild. I think New Canaan, it's pretty obvious that they want the Staples Wreckers to win after falling at the hands of St. Joe's.
Not sure why we're talking about New Canaan when we should be focusing on the action here, but there looks like we might have had a little bit of an injury. St. Joe's walking off on her own power. I think that might be Catherine Stuck. We'll get a better look, but it is a penalty for Staples. These are when you want to convert your moments, John.
Yeah, and these are where all the cameras are watching, and these are the opportunities. If they don't score here, it'll be a big stop by St. Joseph's. But here's the opportunity for the Wreckers.
Ref's blowing his whistle. It's going to be DeBrito is going to take it, and it's saved by Helena Kazmierczyk. Not the penalty you want to take if you're Staples. Normally, you just want to pick a side and go, but Kazmierczyk makes a great save. We'll take another look. It's DeBrito. Really doesn't get that right corner, the goalie's left corner, as much as she wanted to, and that's a really routine save for Kazmierczyk.
Yeah, that was, I think she was almost anticipating that it was going to go, very hard to the right side or very hard to the left side. And it looked like she was about to jump all the way left. And then she realized, hey, this ball is just rolling straight towards me, and she just hit the deck and got in front of it.
St. Joe's now looking to, get another goal off of that missed pen. Ball swung in, intended for Alexa Pino.
Yeah, what a save there by Kazmierski. That's going to be a big save. That's going to come down as a game-defining play if Staples ends up falling 1-0. But what a play there. Those are the saves that you live for.
Yeah, I mean, it was Gabriella DeBrito that took the pen. We haven't really called her name at all tonight, so that was a little bit surprising, maybe not giving that pen to one of the Chudowski sisters. They're unable to convert, and St. Joe's will hold their 1-0 lead with just under 30 minutes to go in the second half. Ball is played in the corner. Looks like that went off a St. Joe's player. So it will be a Staples goal kick.
Yeah, and on the Staples sideline right now, you just saw, obviously you guys didn't see on the camera, but we saw Annabelle Edwards running back and forth. She's going to try to get back into this game. Obviously a key difference maker for the Wreckers, and she's going to try to come back in and help the Wreckers offense.
Yeah, and you see her actually walking up to midfield. I think at the next stoppage, she will come on, it seems.
Staples trying to get some attack. There's more contact. And I think the refs have awarded a St. Joe's free kick there. As we wonder when we're going to get the substitution of Annabelle Edwards back into the game for Staples. Obviously, one of the key players. We'll just take another look at this contact there on Evelyn Chudowski. Ref's going to blow his whistle and award a Cadets free kick. So Annabelle Edwards, she's waiting on the sideline. Once she gets in, that's kind of the spark that Staples need. And, John, I wonder if she was in the game, if she would maybe be on the penalty duty there. But first off, it's going to be Alexa Pino. She's great with the ball at her feet here. Swinging that ball in, and that's going to be easily claimed by Samantha Hensky.
That was just routine there by Hensky. I mean, it really, they didn't test her. That ball was just straight to her face. So, obviously, not only is it just good goalkeeping, but it's also natural defense. Obviously, if that ball is coming at you, you kind of just want to push it away.
Staples tried to find that one over to Chudowski, but Kazmierczyk's going to easily claim that one. So we'll see for St. Joe's if, maybe you want to take your foot off the gas a little bit. You have the goal, maybe a little more possession-based, or if they're going to try and get a second one to really seal it, as again they try to play it over the top to Alexa Pino.
Yeah, but also I think a 1-0 lead in soccer is probably the hardest lead to have, not only because obviously it's a one-goal difference, but if you're a coach, you don't really know what to do. Do you want to keep pushing the offense? And if not, then you're going to keep them back and just give the attacking team more opportunities.
Right, I mean, that is kind of a coaching dilemma if you're St. Joe's, because there's kind of two options. If you want to go more possession-based, sure, you're going to be wasting a lot of clock, but one mistake can lead to an easy Staples counterattack and a goal. So we'll see what Pino is going to do from this free kick. She's already scored one tonight. If this one's a bit far out to shoot, she'll just try and play that one in the middle and claimed by Samantha Hensky. We are just around the 26-minute mark in the second half. And we'll see how Staples will capitalize. They're down 1-0 here. Ball played towards the middle. I think if you're Staples, you kind of just want to relocate this ball away from the wings and down the center to put some pressure on St. Joe's. So again, Taylor Jenkins tried to find Pino. PJ, you touched on it earlier, but it's almost St. Joe's they're really relying on Pino to make those runs behind the Staples defense, but if it's not successful, it's a loss in possession.
Yeah, and I mean, you look at it, and they just keep sending it downfield. Staples has 3 people back to St. Joe's with only one with Pino. So obviously, it's very tough for her to start making runs. Obviously, a lot of these passes are not straight towards her. A lot of them are down the sideline. It doesn't matter right or left because she is positioned in the middle. So she just has to go really horizontally to meet the ball. And then she keeps having to just go back, meet the ball, and try to get some pressure on them.
So Staples were awarded the throw-in. There's a good forward run by the Wreckers. And there's some serious contact. One at the ref. He's going to show a yellow card. He hasn't had to do it today. So there's, unfortunately, an injury down the field from that tackle.
That's Edwards again.
Yeah. Ref's going to talk to the St. Joe's players. Take a look. Wow, that's some big contact. I'm surprised that ref hasn't shown his yellow yet. He's been keeping his cards in his pocket, but I'm surprised. I know probably you guys probably are as well for not showing a yellow card.
Yeah, but I mean, you've got to know when to play the card and when not to. Obviously, It's getting pretty late in this game.
You would agree that a card.
Yeah, a card probably should have been shown there.
Yeah. So we'll see if it's going to be Annabelle Edwards on this free kick. She's going to try and take the shot just a bit over the goal. So St. Joe's are going to survive that one and keep the 1-0 lead.
Yeah, definitely an opportunity, missed opportunity for Edwards there. Obviously trying to bury one in the back of the net. Just goes a little bit high. As time ticks down, Staples will definitely see them become a little bit more desperate in times of desperation, which we'll definitely get to see one if they don't put one on the board soon.
You know, Staples, they're going to have to start entering this kind of attacking phase, almost an ultra-attacking phase if you want to use these FIFA terminology, as there is Sarah Parker with a great move up that left wing, and that ball is going to go out for a St. Joe's corner, looking to get their second goal off of a set piece tonight.
Yeah, and it's virtually the same corner as they scored off that goal originally. Obviously, you know, Pino was probably, call it 10 yards up vertically, so she had a better angle, but, you know, same situation, same corner, you know, maybe lightning strikes twice, history repeats itself.
St. Joe's scored 2 goals off of corners last week against Ridgefield. Looking for their first corner goal tonight, but not the first set-piece goal tonight. As Alexa Pino, good ball swung into the middle. Header is down to the ground, and that one's just going to go a little bit wide of the goal, cleared away by the Wreckers.
Dangerous opportunity, and really St. Joe's putting the Wreckers in an uncomfortable defensive situation right now with all the offensive opportunities. Staples needs to get something going right now, otherwise it's going to get tough.
No, this was a great ball swung in by Alexa Pino, and those are some of the headers that are the most tough for goalkeepers when you head them down into the ground, because that bounce back into the goal could go almost anywhere. You know, you see pros do it all the time, head that ball into the ground. So that ball's gone out. The ref has awarded a St. Joe's throw-in. So we'll see. Obviously, St. Joe's just had the corner, and it looks like they're trying to get that second goal rather than that possession-based. So it's a good catch by the camera guy on the sideline. Throw-in for the Cadets. You know, if you're Staples, you want to try and get this counterattack. If you can win the ball back there and almost run a little tiki-taka through your midfield, right? One quick pass, and if you can get the passing going, then Staples will be able to get that first goal tonight that they need. Another ball rolled onto the field there, but Staples are going to get a throw-in. Staples fans might want a little bit of a call there from the ref. Alexa Pino is going to try and get there. She wants a handball. She got it. The ref is blowing that. I think that was Cortland Crumby. Just barely nicked her hand there, so it's going to be another free kick for St. Joe's.
Yeah, here's another free kick for St. Joe's. Obviously able to capitalize off the beginning, but every time they get down to this situation, they seem to put pressure on the Wreckers. They seem to put the ball in close in front of Henske. Obviously only able to convert once, but here's another opportunity for St. Joe's.
Pino swings that. It's a great ball in for Pino, and just see if we're going to award. It's going to be, I think, a goal kick for Staples, not a corner. That was a great ball in from Alexa Pino, but maybe just had a little bit too much swerve for one of her teammates. Staples are going to just try and move this one out of the back. That one's going to be intercepted by the freshman. That was Taryn Zick. Zick's going to win that one back. And out of play, it's going to be a St. Joe's throw. You know, PJ, it's very impressive for Karen Zick to be, especially playing in the FCIAC final as only a freshman. You know, you don't see that often in almost any sport.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, you see a couple of teams in the area. They've got freshmen starting, freshmen playing, and getting some good time. But it's really, you know, not only is it just developing players, but St. Joe's especially, they get a lot of players because they aren't a public school where you don't have to, like, you're basically forced to go to the school in your area. But St. Joe's, they're a private school. They're able to take in kids from all around the area. So they really get their first choice at the best kids.
Staples again moving this ball up the left wing. That ball, I think it's going to be awarded a corner for Staples. You got to get something going here if you're the Wreckers. With only 20 minutes left, you're not going to get too many more chances to score.
Yeah, and now you see just two defenders hanging back. Everyone trying on the Wreckers to stack the box. Look to see something back corner maybe if they can get someone in there. but something definitely in the mix for the Wreckers.
Jadowski plays that ball in, and a great catch by Helena Kazmierczyk. You know, not the worst ball there if you're Jadowski. Maybe you just want that one to be a little higher towards the center of the goal, but Kazmierczyk does what she's supposed to do and makes the easy claim. Another boot from Kazmierczyk just towards center field. Again, Pino making that run behind the center backs, just seeing if there's any sort of mistake by Staples. You know, she's going to capitalize. She'll put that ball in the back of the net.
There's a drive over the defender's head.
Great touch there by Staples. And see, contact. It's going to be a free kick for Staples. Contact there from the St. Joe's defender. And it's going to be a big opportunity for Staples, very close to the goal. We'll see who'll take the free kick for Staples. We see Natalie Jadowski set the ball down, but we also have Annabelle Edwards back there.
Yeah, and this is the biggest moment at this point in the game. Just under halfway through the half, and, you know, the Staples Wreckers really need to get something going here. This whole second half so far has been all St. Joe's.
Edwards takes that shot just a little bit wide of that right goalpost of the upright there, just over the crossbar. St. Joe's, you know, they've been giving away a couple free kicks, a couple corners these last few minutes, but they've been able to not concede off of them.
Yeah, Staples has just got to put something on net. You see them in these free kicks and these corners trying to do too much. It almost seems like they're trying to put too much power on these shots, and then they're not close. But they need to just put the ball on net, make the goalie make saves.
So we'll see if you're Staples. You don't got too much time left, almost at the 18-minute mark in the second half, as there's a great steal by Sarah Parker with the ball at her feet. Parker's going to take a shot. Oh, and I think that was actually a save by Samantha Hensky.
Yeah, that was...
Just barely got her fingertip on that excellent save from the Staples goalkeeper.
Yeah, Hensky with another diving save. You saw the save there. That was an absolute cannon.
Yeah, I mean,
off the foot of Parker.
Sarah Parker with great movement, and look at that diving effort from Samantha Hensky to deny the Cadets a 2-0 lead.
She just kept them alive in this game. They obviously, you know, if you go down 2-0, that's not ideal.
It's going to be Alexa Pino. She's been taking all the corners tonight. That one, a hard ball into the middle, and it hits the post. Just hit the outside of the post there. St. Joe's, they're still going to win this possession back, but you want to have that one if you're the Cadets. St. Joe's are still going to win this one. Just play that one up. PJ so close for St. Joe's, just hitting the outside the post. What did you see there?
I mean, obviously, as you look at the replay, it was just a great position by both the kick from Pino and the header. And you don't get many opportunities like that, so you've got to make the most of it. Obviously, unlucky there with the post getting in the way. Unlucky bounce, but St. Joe's still up in this game. They've got all the momentum and really are in control.
Yeah, it's the second time that St. Joe's, they've hit the woodwork tonight. In the first half, you know, they hit the crossbar, and then right there, just hitting the outside of the post to deny them a 2-0 lead over Staples. So, you know, John, if you're the Wreckers, you're still alive in this game, and you still got enough time to get some good attacks going.
Yeah, you just got to get something going. Obviously trying to get possession here, but St. Joe's press has just been lethal in the second half. Really not allowing for any space between them and their attackers. But, you know, just when you look at it, it's just been such a solid performance by the St. Joe's defense in the second half.
So we are just about to hit the 16-minute mark in the second half here. You know, St. Joe's, they've had more chances than Staples in the second half, but if you're Staples, you're only one goal away from getting that equalizing goal. So we'll see Staples, again, just trying to move that ball up the win. Good interception by St. Joe's. Staples, Sarah Parker again. She's been all over the field in the second half. She won that one back, giving it to her teammate Taylor Jenkins. Plays a great ball in to Alexa Pino. She's going to keep that one in play, bring it more towards the corner, and it will go out for a St. Joe's corner.
Another smart play by Pino there, really making the Staples defender make the move on the ball, forcing a corner. And these are opportunities that St. Joe's has just been seeing very consistently right now, whereas Staples needs to get these opportunities.
Pino to swing the ball in. That one's more high than the one on the right side. And the ball is, I think it might have even hit the post again. And Samantha Henske's going to claim that. Great ball by Alexa Pino, but St. Joe's just can't seem to convert off their corners tonight.
And this is where Staples really needs to turn it up and step it up. Their defense has kept them alive throughout this whole game. Obviously, also that post and the crossbar have also kept them in a very solid amount.
That right post of the goal. St. Joe's are going to talk to him after the game. But Staples thought that ball was going to go out, but it's a good save by Nunez. But Staples are going to win this one back in their own defensive half.
And now the Staples attacking unit, the Chudowskis, they've got to turn it up. We've said their name a lot so far in this game, but they haven't gotten on the scoreboard. And 14 and a half minutes left in this game. Ryan, you said it in a football broadcast, the fourth quarter, it's where legends are made. Obviously, fourth quarter late in the game, very similar situation like this in a big game. Also, that game was against St. Joe's. This game for Staples against St. Joe's.
St. Joe's, there's what we're talking about. Pino just trying to get behind those center backs for the mistake. She's almost going to get to that ball, but Staples, great awareness to get that one out of the way.
Yeah, the Chudowski's sisters have been ice cold in this second half. Really nothing working, just along with this entire Staples Rutgers offense. Ice cold, not able to get anything going and being outran by St. Joe's.
Sarah Parker with some great pace up that wing. It's going to fall. I think Alexa Pino might just overran that ball a little bit. Staples, just sloppy pass. We saw a lot of that in the first half, not so much in the second half from Staples, but not the ball you want there. As Taylor Jenkins is going to get this ball. Trying to bring that over to that left side. Try and get that ball out of play. Still at Jenkins' feet. And I think it's been awarded a St. Joe's throw-in. So that's right. You know, Staples are playing into St. Joe's traps. They're just trying to bring that ball around the sideline, around the corner, get that ball out, and get these set pieces and throw-ins for the Cadets. That ball is going to go into Pino. Mistouched it. Hit her hand, so Staples are going to be awarded the free kick. We'll see from Staples, you know, as we see from Staples, you know, under 13 minutes to go, you got to get this goal, but I'm wondering for St. Joe's, maybe we're going to see a little time wasting. You know, if a ball goes out of play, they might be a little slower to try and get the ball and hand it to the ref.
And that's the benefit of the running clock in all sports, really. If you have the lead, you have the advantage with the clock. You get to play it how you want to.
Nunez again with this ball along the right wing. It's going to go out. Will the ref award a corner? Which he has. So it's going to be another corner for St. Joe's just around the 12-minute mark of the second half. The Cadets are finally looking to score off a corner, PJ. You know, they've hit the post the last 2 times. So we'll see if Pino will be able to swing a good ball in here. You know, as we take a look at the replay, there's kind of backwards runs by St. Joe's trying to get him behind, forcing these corners. So we'll see if third time is the charm for St. Joe's. Here's Pino on the corner. You know, just a little wide on that header, but they are going to win it back in a dangerous position. This possession, anything but over for the Cadets. Great touch. Alexa Pino, another great ball over top. A little wide. St. Joe's are going to win this one back.
Now this is where you've got to put some
pressure. It's gone in! Taryn Zick, the freshman. PJ, we were just talking about her earlier, how the freshman's making a big impact tonight. She makes it 2-0 on the night for the St. Joe's Cadets.
Yeah, and with 11 and a half minutes to go, that could be the dagger.
Wow,
Staples still hasn't scored a goal to this point.
John, if you're Staples, that momentum just kind of went all down the drain with that corner and subsequent goal.
Yeah, what was interesting there was Staples had a lot of defenders back in the box. It's not like St. Joe's scored off a fast break or a breakaway. So maybe a little bit of traffic in front of Henske. They're not able to see the ball, and ball ended up right in the back bottom right corner, which you rarely see.
Yeah.
But that was a well-placed shot there by the freshman to put St. Joe's up 2-0, bringing them a step closer to that FCIAC championship.
Staples trying to get this one back, the edge of the box. That shot is not going to do it from Annabelle Edwards. You know, you just said it, John and PJ. That shot from Taryn Zick had perfect spin into the bottom right corner. You know, sometimes we don't even see that from seniors, but from the freshmen, to have ice in her veins in that moment and to give them a 2-0 lead with 11 minutes to go in the second half. It's going to be Kaz Merzik on this goal kick. So I think, PJ, now if you're St. Joe's, maybe you don't want to go for a third. Now I think you can sit back because now you can even afford to give up a goal. Obviously, you don't want to, but if you were to, you still have that 1 goal insurance.
Yeah, you definitely, obviously, you just said it's insurance. You aren't worried if you give up a goal. You still have a 1 goal lead. You're still leading. So there's really no worry until Staples starts putting on a lot of pressure. If they're down only 1, if they score, then it gets a little choppy there.
Kazmierzik made a good save there. Staples, now with almost 10 minutes to go in this game, you just gotta push all your attackers up. There's Sarah Parker again. Great pace along that left wing. Plays the ball in for Pino. Ball's gone out. The ref is gonna award a goal kick here for Staples. St. Joe's, we're still even looking for that 3rd goal there.
And what you saw in the boys' game last night was, I think it was 0-0 until about halfway through the 9 minutes left in the game. I don't really know exactly, but then it was Trumbull and Stanford. They both scored, and then it went to overtime because both the teams, they just turned the pressure up so much within those last 10 minutes that both teams had enough drive and want to get the win. And that's what you've seen out of St. Joe's so far. Obviously, Staples hasn't really had as much intensity as the Cadets.
Staples just trying to force any attacks through the St. Joe's defense. That ball's just actually over the top. It's going to go in. All right, Staples are going to make this a bit of a game. Evelyn Shadowski got right behind the St. Joe's defense, 2-1. John, now Staples has a little bit of momentum.
Yeah, what a goal there by Shadowski. Just ball shot placed on the net, mishandled by Karminsk. And
yeah, I mean, Evelyn Shadowski with a great touch off of her left foot. It was, yeah, as you said, Helena Kazmierzik was just a little late off of her line, and it's a great goal by Shadowski. So now it's 2-1 with 9 minutes to go. Staples with this new sort of life, but they still got to go on this ultra attack, PJ.
And you see Jenkins there. She just bombed it down the field. It seems like the Cadets are just trying to waste time. But with the momentum at the feet of the Wreckers, it's really, it's an even game at this point. Because Staples, they just, what was that turnaround? It was like a 2-minute turnaround.
Yeah, it was very quick.
From the Cadets scoring to then them scoring. So obviously anything can happen.
Yeah, anything can happen, PJ. You are right there. Staples, now, as you said, they're just really trying to play this ball down the field. So we are at the 8-minute and 30-second mark in the second half. There's another ball in the field. What's the refs? Seen a camera guy. Look at that. But there's Staples. A great interception. Sarah Parker. An overload of action right now. Buckle your seatbelts. Grab your popcorn. 8 minutes to go in the second half. We're nowhere near done. The Let's Go Staples chants rain down from their fan base. Sarah Parker is trying to clear that one deep.
Yeah, and the Staples super fans have come out for this game.
There's Alexa Pino, most dangerous player on the field. What can she do with the ball at her feet? Pino, that's blocked. It's going to be out for St. Joe's corner, where they've seemed to be dominating all night over the Wreckers.
Another opportunity for Pino here. Obviously, she will probably take the corner like we've seen her take so many today. Definitely another opportunity. And here on the replay, you just see her trying to put her foot on the ball. Goes off Staples' defender and now forces the corner.
Pino again. She's been taking a lot of corners from that side. If you're just joining us, St. Joe's have hit the post not once but twice off of corner kicks. They had a good look on their last one, so we'll see as Pino's going to play that ball in. And that's punched away by Samantha Hensky, but it's out for another St. Joe's corner.
Yeah, and you see Staples, they're almost playing a little bit more defensive now because they don't want to go down 2 again. As you see here on the replay, Pino boots it into the box, and just an outstanding play from Hensky to punch it out.
And here she's going to her side now, the side that she's seen the most success from so far.
Exactly. She has a free kick goal from the side that, as PJ mentioned earlier, it's just about 10 yards, a little closer to goal. But it is going to be Alexa Pino again on the corner. Low ball swung in. I think that went off of a St. Joe's player, which it did, so it will be a Staples goal kick. with just about 6 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in the second half. If you're Staples, no time to waste. You got to move the ball up the field.
Yeah, you got to go out, get out, and run. You saw after the goal, immediately brought the ball back to the center, and this is where they need to push. They need to keep pushing, and they need that second goal.
That ball's going out of play. It's been awarded a St. Joe's throw-in. So now if you're Staples, maybe you want to implement a little bit of press, this ultra-attacking style onto St. Joe's. If you can just try and get one turnover, get a counterattack, that's all you need to get that second goal and tie it all up. One at the feet by Staples. They're going to play this one back just to reset the offense a little bit and then play it wide into space for Staples. Again, trying one of those high crosses into the center. It is going to find the feet of Natalie Chudowski. She's gone down, and there's a free kick in another dangerous position. If you're Staples and St. Joe's, they've just been giving up almost 3 to 4. And
That's a card. I think that was a yellow.
We've finally seen our first card of the night by our referee, giving St. Joe's defender a yellow, but this is the third or fourth free kick that the Cadets have given up to Staples the second half, PJ.
Yeah, and that was a tough hit that she took off after that foul. It looked like Chudowski landed on the ball right in her gut, which
hurts.
That's not a good feeling.
No, it's not. So yeah, ref, we were kind of talking about earlier how we haven't seen a yellow from him. He finally, was like, all right, yellow card. So he's
got to start cracking down on it.
Exactly. So
especially
again,
in a big moment like this.
Again, Chudowski and Edwards are the ones over the ball. We'll see who's going to want to take this one. So, if you're Staples, you just want to get these guys around the box. It is going to be Annabelle Edwards. It's not. It's going to be Chudowski. Tried to go under the wall, but St. Joe's doing their job. They just want to clear that one out, which they successfully do. Back out to Catherine Fitzgerald. There's a good touch by Fitzgerald. And now it's St. Joe's with a 3-on-1. Now it's going to be more 2, and they can't get what they want. I think, again, PJ trying to find Alexa Pino behind the Staples defense, but unsuccessful again.
Yeah, an outstanding defense. Defensive by Lay for in there just to really step up. She knew that the pass couldn't go to Pino if she stepped up, because then Pino would be offsides. So the tackle really just well placed.
Kazmarczyk claims that one. Just under 5 minutes to go. Now if you're St. Joe's, you really want to slow this clock down. No need to boot the ball deep unless the ref tells you when to do it. So take a look at the replay. Just trying to cross that ball into the middle, but Kazmarczyk was able to claim that one. See Alexa Pino again, great with the ball at her feet. Gets by another Staples defender, but you notice she's taking this ball to the corner. She's fine with letting this one go out as long as the Staples defender's going to take the last touch. This is class soccer. This is beautiful. I mean, this is what St. Joe's want to do. Let's see. I think it's going to be awarded a throw-in for St. Joe's, but that's what you want to do. You bring the ball down into the corner, and you just want to really hug it with your feet. Let a Staples player kick it out, and you're just awarded another throw.
Yeah, and as we see some stoppage now on the clock within 5 minutes in a very close game here.
Yeah, I think we got some substitution for St. Joe's. Really is trying to get that defensive back line a little more set. Maybe instead of having some unexperienced players, you just want to get your starters back into the game. Again, holding this ball in the corner of St. Joe's. This is so tough for Staples to get it out. It has been awarded a goal kick for Staples, so they kind of got what they needed to do to get that ball out. John, with under 4 minutes to go, what do you want to see from Staples to get this much-needed goal?
Well, they got to keep pushing, and they got to maintain this time of possession battle. If you give up the ball here, obviously you saw time just wastes away on the clock, and St. Joe's is so good at doing that. As Myrmigan gets inside, past 2 defenders with the shot on goal. But look for Myrmigan to come up here. Look for the Chudowski sisters as well as Edwards to start playing a factor. And, now it's ride or die. You got to score here.
Yeah, Myrmigan made some great touches, but she just had a little too much. Maybe you want to look up for a teammate there, but Kazmarczyk was able to get that one into her hands. That ball, little punt, should measure the hang time of that one. That was a good one. Just pushing Staples back towards their own goal. There's now great pressure by St. Joe's. That's Taylor Jenkins. And it's going to be Sarah Parker. Beautiful ball moving at her feet. Trying to get that one into Pino. And she's offsides. The ref put the flag down for offsides. That was very close, though. Very minuscule, PJ.
Yeah, that was, obviously it comes down to a game of inches. They say football's a game of inches. Really, every game
Football is a game of inches.
Yeah,
Everything's
football is a game of inches, too.
As we are just at about the 2-minute and 35-second mark in the second half. Any last few attacks for Staples, you gotta have them very soon. No time for wasting. St. Joe's, they're fine with this time wasting, booting the ball down the field as the crowd start, to rise a little bit, getting the chants going. Staples are playing this one out the back a little more. It's going to be more play from Staples, right? If you can just keep this ball around the midfield and then move it up, maybe towards the wingers, which they do successfully. A lot of space on that left wing if you're Staples to try and push this ball back to the middle. Gets by one. That's into the feet there. Chudowski, yeah, Natalie Chudowski. She took a little bit too much of a touch. And that one's intercepted by St. Joe's. Moving up this left wing, it's Sarah Parker again. Gets by one. Still has another one to beat as Sarah Parker. She's just taking this one to the corner flag again. Just trying to get around there. Just what you want to do if you're St. Joe's. Wow.
It's going
Staples. Staples throw. That's a bit surprising.
They got to go. There's 1 minute and 28 seconds remaining. This is the time. They got to go. Otherwise, they're going to face the consequences.
The ref blew his whistle. Looks like Sarah Parker was a little slow to get up there. She took some contact along that wing. So the clock is stopped with 1 minute and 27 seconds left to go. It's Parker, a little bit of a limp. So St. Joe's, they're going to have to make a quick substitution. You'd hate to see that, unfortunately, as this game's almost done.
Yeah, and one of your best players. She's been very solid for the Cadets all game long.
Again, we'd like to thank Ole Soccer and Innovative Health and Rehabilitation for sponsoring the FCIAC soccer playoffs and their support for the league. So, John, with 1 minute and 27 seconds left to go, what do Staples have to do in order to get this second goal back?
Well, we will get to that after the replay here. Obviously, contact and just looks like it's not going to be a good
sting a little bump into knees, if anything. So that one's going to sting for a little bit. But, John, as I just said, what do Staples need to do to get this second goal with less than 1 minute 25 to go?
Well, they're still very much in this game. Obviously, we saw a goal scored with 90 seconds yesterday in the boys' championship. They just need to keep pushing. They need to get the ball up, maybe get it into the corner and cross it.
Well, there's a cross intended for Chudowski. And that's, see if this clearing it away for St. Joe's, gets it out of bounds. It's a throw-in for Staples with 1 minute left to go in the second half. Final 60 seconds. If you want to be a legend, you got to score a goal and send this one into extra time. Good touch. Ooh. There's contact. Ref is awarded a free kick for Staples. They're going to go quick. They got no time to waste.
Yeah, you've got an opportunity for just one more good, solid possession here.
40 seconds away from an FCIAC championship for St. Joe's. But if you're Staples, you still have one more chance to get this ball in. Just inside the 30-yard line. You got the girls. They're actually kind of more separated, a little surprising, instead of having everyone stacked in the box. It's going to be a fake by Annabelle Edwards, which it will go to Edwards. Crossing ball in, and it's gone out. And with that, if you're Kazmerzik, you have no rush to do anything. Let this clock wind down, and you can hear from the St. Joe's faithful right now.
Yeah, and they're stopping the clock here with 12 seconds left for a substitution. St. Joe's.
Kazmerzik, she's just going to try and boot this ball as far down the field as she can. Nothing short, and as long as this ball has enough hang time, it should be game over and a victory for St. Joe's. So here we go, 12 seconds. Kazmerzik is just going to boot it as far as she can. Long header by Staples. 6 seconds, under 5 to go. 2, 1, and that is it, ladies and gentlemen. The St. Joe's Cadets, with the final score of 2-1, win the FCIAC championship over the Staples Wreckers. What a great game and a game plan by St. Joe's. PJ, what were your final thoughts on St. Joe's winning another championship?
Obviously, you look at them throughout the season, they've been the favorite. They have been the favorite since arguably last season, right? They still have Pino, and they still have Jenkins on that team. Very solid team throughout the year. They've been the team to beat. So they took care of business this whole season. Still no losses on their record. And it was just overall an outstanding game from every single member of their team.
John, obviously heartbreak for Staples. They put up their best shots scoring that late goal, but in the end, just a little short. How should the Staples team respond to being oh so close to winning the FCIAC championship?
Yeah, you're right. They were really close. They held up with this talented St. Joseph's team, and it definitely was a 1 versus 2 matchup. We saw really the difference in the game was the immense amount of corners and free kicks that the Cadets were able to force, and they've been playing so well. Obviously, here's Staples. It's going to be a tough ride home as they lose a second straight FCIAC championship, but they played so well. And then the Cadets are in victory mode right now, obviously winning their second straight FCIAC championship.
You know, I was just thoroughly impressed by St. Joe's. You know, I had a little outlandish score prediction. I said 3-4-1, but 2-1, all right. Not bad, but I think, you know, it's 2-1, but that score sheet, it so could have been 2-2. There's so many chances from both teams. As you see the players high-five, and obviously, you know, there's going to be some upset players for Staples, but if you're St. Joe's, you're so happy as you win your second straight FCIAC championship. As always, we'd like to thank Ole Soccer and Innovative Health and Rehabilitation for sponsoring the FCIAC soccer playoffs and their support for the league.
Yeah, and we'd also like to thank our additional sponsors, Metro Team Sports, First County Bank, Hospital for Special Services, the Next Street Driving School, Stack Athlete, and Farmers Insurance.
And a final thank you to our great crew today, our producer, Anav Sahay, Charlie Place, Henry Lapin, Robert Williams, our athletic director, Jay Egan, Dave Schultz, and of course, the best New Canaan TV director of all time, Roman Cebulski. Well, that is our final from Dunning Stadium. I'm Ryan Bell with PJ Neville and John Frieders. Good night, everyone.
If both teams could please line up on the 40-yard line facing each other. Please line up on the 40-yard line. Thank you. Under each 40-yard line. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for both teams on a fantastic game. Congratulations, girls. A tremendous game. And now I'd like to present the 2023 FCIAC runner-up trophy to the Staples Wreckers. Congratulations, girls. And now, the 2023 FCIAC Girls Soccer Champions, St. Joe's Cadets. Girls, when I call your name, please go up and receive a gold medal. I'm just going to introduce everybody off the roster, so hopefully I'll get everybody. So here we go. First is Kaylin O'Hara. Helena Kazmarzik. Maeve Matthews. Danica Nugebauer. Taryn Kizik. Zoe Garces. Sarah Parker. Julia Nunez. Catherine Strook. Juliana Malazzi. Francesca post. Taylor Jenkins. Audrey Chrisman. Jenna Starren. Kaylee Silva. Aliyah Chappell. Harlan Jimison. Alexa Pino. Olivia Franson. And Olivia Andrews. Your 2023 FCIAC champion, St. Joe's Cadets. And now lastly, we would like to present the most valuable player of tonight's championship game. The most valuable player of tonight's FCIAC Girls Soccer Championship game. From St. Joe's, number 5, Karen Chisholm. And the team trophy, correct? And now to receive the 2023 Team Championship Trophy, Coach Jack Nagara and the St. Joe's Cadets. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here. Good luck to both teams in the States. Have a good evening. Congratulations on a great game. Once again, a quick thank you to the ball boys. Thank you, ball boys, for all your help. Thanks, ball boys. If you don't mind also, if you could please pick up any garbage in the stands and take it with you. Once again, any cups and cans and wrappers, please don't leave anything in the stands. That'd be greatly helpful if you can take it with you and throw it away. Thank you.
They tried. The referees tried to give him that game. But we should have won that game 5-1. Alexa shoot the ball right to the goal. Like we're better than them. So yeah, they're nasty. So St. Joe's don't say nothing about any kid on the field. Nothing.